Thanks.
Coming up later
In
Arts.
Shaw
entertainment
program,
the
Flying
Fish.
Fun
factory this Friday.
period.
Coming up at 20 after the hour and at 10 to the hour on Shaw Arts and Entertainment.
The Flying Fish Fun Factory. The funniest show in the world.
Ever. Thanks for tuning into Shaw Arts and Entertainment. I am Curtis Anderson, back at the Off-Broadway Dinner Theater tonight alongside the Codfather, Mr. Ari Avivi, head of the Flying Fish Fun Factory. Ari, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Curtis. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Now, it is early evening. You have the troupe up behind us. Now, I guess they're not really practicing because you can't officially practice improv, can you?
No, you can't practice improv because really our show depends on what the audience gives us.
You're going to hit me with a sports analogy, aren't you?
I could hit you with a sports analogy if you'd like, but basically I'm going to give you perhaps a life analogy, just to mess you up totally, because, you know, in rehearsal, you go over a sports analogy, but I didn't want to go that way. So I'll give you a different analogy. It's sort of like getting together for a family reunion. You know everybody, and you kind of know what's going to go on, and you want to sort of make sure that things are laid out in a certain way. But the reality is that when crazy Uncle Tom comes, there's no predicting what's going to happen. So you really just better be prepared to go with whatever happens.
And if it's anything like my family reunion, it all ends in tears. Talk about the troupe behind us. You got a bunch of talented players.
We've got a great group of people in the tank, and they have a great background, and that's something that makes us really unique. Our guys come from and girls. We have a children's librarian, we have a construction apprentice, we have a delivery driver, we've got a tour guide, let me think what else we have in there. A couple of students, a young man who's in Bible college, among other things, and all of that diversity comes together in some incredibly odd combinations.
That poses my next question. What makes someone really good at improv?
Someone who really is comfortable with themselves and really comfortable about living in the moment. We often say if you think in improv, the moment's already passed. And so it's just a matter of listening to what your partner's saying on stage, playing that moment as real as you can, and that is usually funnier than anything that we could ever come up with.
All right, as a special treat for those of you watching at home, I'm going to have a first here on Shaw Arts and Entertainment. I'm going to interview 3 members of the Flying Fish Fun Factory as part of a game called One Voice. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty well.
Talk about your experience with the Flying Fish Fun Factory so far.
Well, they are amazing.
What's it like working with Ari?
He's smelly.
Well, it's January here in 2007. You guys are about to kick off something new here in the new year. But first, let's go back. I understand the whole concept of the Flying Fish Fun Factory was came from your mind and maybe someone else's mind during, the funniest situation ever when you're sitting at a dinner table.
It came over actually some 2 o'clock in the morning Chinese food,
Okay.
to put it bluntly. A friend and I were sitting around and we wanted to do improv, and there wasn't a lot of venues at the time. This is back in 1995. There weren't a lot of options. And so we decided that we'd start our own little improv company. And one thing led to another, and the name just kind of grew from it. I'm even going to give you something there, Curtis.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a trivia question.
Okay.
And you can give away tickets to anyone who gets this right. So I'll give you a bunch
So
of
it's
tickets.
not a trivia question for me.
No, it's not a trivia question
Thank
for you.
goodness.
It's a trivia question for our audience.
Okay.
The patron saint of the Flying Fish is someone named New Zealand. Now, if you can figure out who New Zealand is and call Curtis or email him, and he'll put his email up on the screen here, right? Oh, right there. Very good. You will get tickets to our opening night, which is Friday, January 26th. Our doors open at 11 o'clock. Actually, our doors open at 10:45, and our show is at 11 o'clock. Normally, it would cost you $5, but if you know who New Zealand is, you get in for free. Just thanks to Curtis.
For people who don't know who New Zealand is and have to pay the $5, What are they going to see this Friday?
They're going to see a wild and zany improvised comedy show, which is entirely driven by the audience. It's one of those kind of shows that the audience is so integral. We let the audience drive our suggestions, let the audience almost control the show in a lot of ways. So you don't get to sit on your hands. You get to be yelling out things, and you get to contribute, and you get to really, and we feel really proud about this too, that you walk away without feeling offended or insulted like a lot of comedy does. We're really inclusive, and we're really family friendly.
I'm going to have to call the camera guy back over here because the next question involves the two of us. And we're back. Right before the interview went on, I was going to go switch shirts, and you said, no, hold on, I'll get you an official Flying Fish Factory shirt. I'm a little confused.
Well, I was going to get you a Flying Fish Fun Factory shirt. However, we didn't have one that was large enough for your stature in the media community. So we do have the gold lame one on order, and
Okay.
it will show up very soon. And what we're going to do when it arrives, we're going to invite you and your cameraman to join us one night, and you're going to come right up on stage during a live show to not only debut your brand new golden shirt, but your acting talent.
I can honestly say you're absolutely my favorite person to interview as of now. Thank you so much.
No problem. And again, Friday night, January 26th, doors open at 10:45. Show starts at 11 at the Off-Broadway Arts Center, which is right at the corner of Dufferin and Main. Check out our website, flyingfishfunfactory.ca.
I gotta be honest, I don't understand sarcasm, so that was like the hugest compliment I've ever got. Next interview style we're going to do tonight on stage at the Flying Fish Fun Factory is called One Word. All right, let's take it away, guys. Talk about your experiences so far with the Flying Fish Fun Factory.
They
Are
Very awesome. And
it
is
a
great pleasure to
perform
for
you
all tonight.